What's up? Out here today with the Losi RZR Rey, and super excited to drive this thing. I just picked it up about 2 weeks ago and haven't really driven it too much. Had it out a couple times. It's a ton of fun. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this vehicle because I don't think it's really been a huge selling vehicle for Losi. It seems like, you know, Facebook groups, there just aren't too many members. There's really not too many videos on YouTube on this. Just doesn't seem to be the most popular, and I really don't understand why. I mean, I kind of get it. What category does it fit in? It's not a crawler, it's not a basher. I guess it's more like trail truck. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. Like, what do you think the best purpose for this would be? I mean, I guess after seeing the running footage today, maybe we'll figure it out together. But this just has a very unique handling characteristic, and I think it is mainly due to the fact that it is a four-wheel independent suspension as opposed to the solid axle rear like the Baja Rey and the Rock Rey are. But this does have it still does have a trailing arm suspension system in the rear, but it is fully independent with this kind of almost like a double wishbone system in the back, but still has trailing arms. So it is a pretty long travel suspension. It is set up really soft from the factory. I might change the fluid in this. I don't know yet. I really got to drive it more and figure it out. But it gets a ton of like body roll, but it doesn't really want to flip over that easily. And I think a lot of it is due to this tire compound. You know, this is a BF Goodrich mud terrain scale kind of tire here, and it's a pretty firm rubber, and they have pretty stiff foams, and this is a short course style wheel, so it is a 2.2 3.0, which really adds a ton of sidewall support, so it really doesn't get that kind of tire flex and want to flip over. Shitter's full. Okay, so I will say right off the bat, what I love about this is this right here. Ta-da! I mean, if you've owned any of the 10 scale or even the 6 scale Rey platform, you know that like just getting to the battery is a huge pain in the ass. Forget about trying to get to the ESC, the motor, the servo. I mean, you're looking at like, I don't know, if you have like a 10 scale Baja Rey and you got to change the servo, you're probably looking at like, I don't know, hour and a half and probably 50 screws. You got to take the entire cage off. You got to, I mean, there's so much you got to take apart, right? This thing, it's just 4 body clips and boom, you have access to literally everything right there. I also noticed from running this that this design with these, the sides here, the molded side pieces and the way it all fits together, you really don't accumulate too much crap in here. You know, I had like a little bit of like leaves and grass in there, but really not bad at all. So that right off the bat is just huge convenience when you're out running this thing. So if you did have an issue with the servo, I could change this thing right here in like 10 minutes, right? Or if you want to make changes to basically anything, even just to get to the receiver, super easy. Everything's right here. The battery, super easy to get in and out. Yeah, I really like it. It's a really great setup. They did a good job with this thing. Let's see what kind of hills this thing can conquer. Okay. I mean, diffs are definitely really open, but it seems like the tires have pretty good grip. Let's check out. We got a little drop off here, you know, 2-footer. Let's see how the suspension takes it. All right, pretty good. I mean, I don't even think that bottomed out. You know, let me try that again. So definitely less of a crawler, more of a rock racer kind of driving style where you're not going to slow crawl up anything with this because you're just going to diff out like crazy. So, all right. That was cool. Oh no. Oh. First battery pack done. This was just a 5200, and I don't know, I was running it for a solid half an hour. Really good battery life on this thing. I just want to show you guys the inside. This is after, you know, playing around in the water and the leaves and just all around, and there's really not much debris inside of this thing, which is great. Let's check the chassis here. Definitely arms are getting a little scraped up, which I would expect. Front bumper. I had made this little Kydex skid plate. I actually wore it off this front part at the track. Every time it jumped, it kind of wore through it, and the front piece broke off, so I got to make another one of those, but that's protecting the front here a little bit at least. Definitely a lot of scrapage going down here, but nothing terrible. You know, these sides do a good job at protecting, and they slide pretty well. And the trailing arms, of course, being plastic, those slide over things really well. These rear lower links definitely take a beating. They're almost more like blasted from like sand and dirt and gravel and stuff. So I'm wondering if maybe just a clear piece of tubing or even just a little bit of tape over these just to kind of prevent it from wearing through the metal, because over time this thing is definitely going to get thin. I mean, I could see like a flat spot here already, so that might be some place to just do a little bit of protection on here. So other than that, it's doing great. Thing jumps nice. That's close. Good sign that a rig is a lot of fun is when you bring 2 others with you and multiple batteries and you don't even bother running those. This thing was an absolute blast today. I could run this thing all day in the woods and just have so much fun with it. I really, really like this. It's kind of like, what is it great at? Maybe it's kind of the sum of all of its features that make it great. Just an all-around RC. You know, it's not a great crawler, it's not a great rock bouncer, it's not a great rock racer, it's not a great desert kind of style, but it's very good at all of those things. And all of those things combined when you're out with an RC and you could do multiple different things with it and just have fun on all sorts of terrain. That's what makes an enjoyable RC for me. Successful run, guys. Had a ton of fun. One thing I want to leave you guys with, if you made it to the end of the video, is always check yourself for ticks. If you're out in the woods like this, especially in the Northeast, I got really messed up. I've had Lyme disease for a long time and it's messed me up in multiple ways. But this past year, I got bit by a tick and I got 2 other forms of bacteria from this tick bite. Ended up in the hospital. No joke, guys. These tiny little bastards can really pretty much kill you. They could definitely kill you if you go untreated. So check yourself for ticks, use bug spray. Be aware, guys, these little bastards are killers, right? So stay safe.